It is my absolute delight to welcome all of you to Financial Inclusion Week 2023.
It's a pleasure to be here during Financial Inclusion Week, organized by the Center for Financial Inclusion.
It's a pleasure to be back at Financial Inclusion Week.
Certain to be a very thoughtful, engaging, and insightful week of discussion.
We firmly believe that through this platform, and by partnering and collaborating more closely as a community, we can collectively become a lot more effective and a lot smarter at addressing the challenges that we're facing today.
For decades, we've seen poverty go down and down and down until today, where for the first time in our lifetimes, it's going up.
We now have to shift away from tracking ambition to tracking action.
If we only go in one direction, we will protect crops, land, assets, but we probably will not protect, or not enough, the human beings. And then if we go in the other direction, then we're not really taking care of the consequences of climate change.
Yes, we're in the business of eradicating poverty, but it has to be on a livable planet where you can breathe the air, drink the water, get access to education, get access to healthcare. These are human rights, basic human rights.
AI is kind of intrinsically linked to data, but the question of do we have the right data, where are the unintended consequences of some of the decision, and where are the trade-offs?
There is a strong link that we must establish between this deception and what we think is a trusted and safe way to access financial services online. A lot of what we are seeing is in fact deception hindering that right to privacy.
There are also significant differences in how women are accessing key resources that are going to increase their resilience. On the other hand, something that we haven't done is fully recognize the contribution of women entrepreneurs in mitigating the effects of the economic disruption of the pandemic, for example.
Women are vital stewards of our planet's resources, especially in rural communities. Their role places them at the forefront of being a solution in battling the effects of climate change.
Lending to women takes efforts. It has to be intentional, it has to be innovative, it has to be timely, it has to be available, it has to be affordable.
We haven't done enough to design solutions that clients actually want and need. It's going to require a lot of openness, and it's going to require a lot of collaboration.
We visit different countries, we talk to all the possible players within the ecosystem in order to really understand the market. You need to get each part of it correct.
AI should be trained locally in the market and for local solutions.
What are systems of AI accountability and oversight? How do we make sure that people understand the ways in which AI is being used? How do we create a workforce where we're getting the points of view of different parts of the world, of different people who speak different languages and have different lived experiences? None of us can do this alone.
Regulators really do need to clamp down on this. This isn't going away, and in fact it's only getting worse. Working very collaboratively across the regulatory landscape. So you've got different regulators in countries working together.
When it comes to the most vulnerable and marginalized people in society facing these shocks, we have to be even more intentional about understanding the context and building around that.
These two spaces are still very much operating in silos. So financial service providers don't know how to address climate, especially climate adaptation, and climate professionals don't really know what to do with fintech and financial services.
I am a great fan of financial education, but not for the clients. I'm a fan of financial education for the microfinance institutions themselves, who remain largely ignorant about the financial preferences of the poor and ignorant of how much better they could help them if only they took the trouble to learn.
Yes, we want the table to be dressed with people from all walks of life because of their contribution, because we understand that we're a microcosm of community.
Financial Inclusion Week isn't a week, it's a lifetime.